coping and seething.
So now let's get into that freak known as Alex Stein. He's naive and stupid. And let me explain why. First of all, Beer on the Balcony is a show that is about love, life, and comedy. It's not about debating. I didn't have him on to get into some stupid debate. I had him on to talk about his show, his interviews, about his love life, you know.
Yeah, he talked about he talked about breaking up with the girl over an OnlyFans model. I was like, talk about the OnlyFans model.
Yeah, and we're talking about all that, and I don't know how, but he suddenly segues into some debate with me. And I'm sitting there going, I kept saying to him, didn't I, Dave? I kept saying, Alex, I don't want to debate. This is not about a debate.
Fun stuff.
It's supposed to be fun. But he ruined my show because he's such a fucking, Tucker Carlson sycophant. And then he's starting to fucking act like fucking Tucker Carlson is the next coming. It's like, oh my God. Look. And then he goes, well, everyone on Hackverse says I won. I'm like, and I block him because I'm like, I can't, because he keeps texting me.
Right.
And I'm gonna tell you about his text. So fucking primetime dickhead Stein, who I thought was a friend. I did. And I thought I was bringing on a friend. Instead, I got on a troll. Look, you lose an argument as soon as you say that we didn't land on the moon. I'm sorry.
Well, you definitely lose credibility as far as having common sense.
Yeah,
I'm sorry. I have to agree with him.
To me, if you don't think we landed on the moon, then you are truly a fucking loser. I'm sorry. Even when I gave him all the proof that you needed, it doesn't matter because the guy is such a loser, and he's still like, and he insisted that we didn't land on the moon. Now, let me just tell you something. For all you people who think that somehow he won, right? Which is ridiculous because he did not win. To say that we didn't land on the moon, to me, is a sign of stupidity. This is one of the most important points. Moon fact. This is from a legitimate. This is the Institute of Physics. Every single argument claiming that NASA faked the moon landings has been discredited. But even today, 50 years later, people discuss conspiracy claims online, on television programs, and around the dinner table. Moon fact. With a powerful amateur telescope, you can see the Apollo landing sites, and if you look at the photos from the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, you can spot the remnants of the Apollo missions yourself. Were the moon landings faked? If you find yourself in a debate questioning whether humankind first stepped on the moon on July 20th, 1969, the chances are that you are woefully underprepared, like Alex. Most people take it as gospel that the U.S. government, NASA, 12 astronauts total have walked on the moon, and the 400,000 people involved in the Apollo program would have neither the will nor the way to fake one of humanity's greatest ever achievements. Now, take that simple fact first, Dave. You have 400,000 people
in the same secret.
Now you're trying to say, Stein, that they somehow are all lying to us? If this is not enough to convince the most hardened skeptic, like a loser Tucker Carlson sycophant, like Alex K. Stein, NASA's Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, LRO, might sway them. A final nail in the coffin of the moon hoax theories is a simple instrument installed 50 years ago by Apollo 11 during their day in the moon. Armstrong and Aldrin planted a lunar laser ranging retroflector array on the surface. It's still operational today and allows us to reflect lasers off of it and measure the distance to the moon down to the centimeter. We simply couldn't do this if we hadn't visited the moon. I think I've educated everybody here. I think I've also educated Stein, who still won't believe it. And let me just tell you, this is an anti-vaxxer who even showed us his hydrochloroquine. I'll bring in a physicist, and I'll
You know what
watch.
we can get Dr. Michio Kaku, who used to go on Opie and Anthony all the time.
I'll watch him laugh at you, Alex. So for all these losers who keep on saying that somehow I lost.
C is Crip. L is the. There you go.
Yeah, what? That's it. Who somehow is saying that I lost? No, Stein.
That's a good still picture right there.
Tucker Carlson has been fired from every fucking network he's ever worked at, and there you have it. So no, Alex Stein starts trying to say to me, which I know I won. Well, Bill Clinton was friends with Jeffrey Epstein. Yeah. So what does that mean? Well, that means he was having sex with minors. Really? Can you prove that? Can you prove he had sex with minors? Has there been any allegations? No. Well, then you have no proof. You have no evidence. You have nobody backing it. You have no witnesses that can corroborate that. Just to lastly end with Alex K. Stein, who I don't anticipate I'll ever speak to again. He thinks because he lost, he thinks that he won a debate. No, he lost, and I'll explain why. Then this is his proof. He sends me a picture of Bill Clinton, fully clothed, mind you, with a woman who looks at least 23, 24, rubbing his back where he has a tie, dress shirt, and jacket on.
Right.
How is that wrong in any way? And it's in Lisbon, Spain. Did Bill Clinton hang out with Jeffrey Epstein? Yeah. Did Donald Trump? Yeah. Did other famous people? Yeah. Does it mean they all had sex with underage women? No, it does not. Your argument is ridiculous. And that is why I won and he lost. And he should be embarrassed. He thinks he won, but he doesn't have this. The great mind of Stuttering John.
Mental mind.
But I'm done with Stein. He ruined my show. I wanted to have fun. I wanted to talk about fun things, but no, he had to. He had to fucking ruin it. Fucking douche.
You are coping and seething. You just can't accept what you see.